year was 1972. The last ground troops from Vietnam came home. Hewlett-Packard launched the first handheld scientific calculator. The Watergate scandal was exposed, and The Godfather was playing in movie theaters across the country. Atari launched Pong, initiating the first generation of video games. In the next 38 years, the video game industry has come a long way, and video games have become so ubiquitous that they have permeated various aspects of human existence. And it all started with Pong, as simple as it can get, but millions of people bought into this new form of entertainment. Then came the arcade, with its bright lights and repetitive 8-bit sounds emanating from large boxes. A quarter could buy so much fun and frustration at the same time. Video game arcades had their golden years from the late 70s to the late 80s. Currently, there are several genres of video games that can be played in a myriad of different platforms that cater to players with different tastes and needs. Games have followed this technology and have found their way into every kind of gadget possible. In 2008, the video game industry's earnings surpassed the film industry worldwide. So, who plays video games?
Games in general, just by their level of accessibility, the different platforms, your phone is a gaming machine. All of this right here has opened the funnel for games and gamers across the board.
Level 1.
I'm playing Words with Friends.
I have Words with Friends.
I just play poker.
Wasting time.
I'm actually playing live with other people.
During class mostly.
I play this game called Early Bird. It's really fun. And I play Diner Dash.
Bowling. Air traffic control.
It's the only one.
And of course, Angry Birds. Because everybody, I feel, plays Angry Birds these days.
Words with Friends is basically Scrabble for an iPhone or other kind of smartphone, and you just play with anybody.
With people I know, because I suck at Scrabble. So, probably would lose if I played with strangers.
It's very interactive, and I beat everybody, so it's a lot of fun and an ego boost for me. And I haven't lost a game if you want to look at all the games that say you beat, you beat.
Do you ever play during class?
I have before, but usually not. Usually, because a lot of the classes I'm taking right now are lab-based, so I'll be in the lab, can't really play a game while you're messing around with some chemicals or something like that. But
I played maybe 3 games in my life before last year, but I got this phone and I saw the poker. Then I got a Facebook account and I got invitation. I just got hooked up really.
I usually just play with my friends if they have it. I just find people, sometimes even just find people at parties, see them playing Words with Friends and tell them to play me. That's how I make friends sometimes.
Don't really have any roommates to play with, so play the Wii, got it for Christmas, don't really play it that much though.
I have Xbox and stuff at home and a Wii that I like to play on, but that's about it. Don't usually play those quite as often.
All the games I play are on my phone. I don't play any games on the computer.
Because they're easier to play than having to have anything else besides your phone.
Level 2.
I can remember being a kid and getting a Pong video system for Christmas. Obviously there wasn't a lot of variety, so I remember my brother played it a lot more than I did. I was never into video games. He liked arcades, video arcades, things like that. I was never really that interested in it, but I remember playing Pac-Man maybe when I was a teenager, I'm thinking. I remember when my kids were little, I'm thinking maybe 5, they got a Nintendo, which was the first game system I ever spent money on. So, and they had Duck Hunt and Super Mario Brothers, or I don't know if that was Mario Brothers and then it went to Super Mario Brothers. I don't know that much about it. And then I just remember the kids playing certain games. I mean, I think that if kids or teenagers or anybody is going to spend hours and hours doing nothing but using a controller, and I guess it would be good for eye-hand coordination, but other than that, I don't really see a lot of value in it. But something like the Wii, we have a really good time. We've done Wii baseball, and it's a lot of fun. We laugh at ourselves and each other and just have a really good time as a family and do it. Same thing with Guitar Hero. We have a really good time doing that sometimes too. But you know, as far as the other kind of video games, I've never, you know, like I said, Pac-Man and was about it that I ever did. I just never really had interest or saw a real value in it. I've seen a lot of time wasted doing video games, in my opinion, but I think the Wii is a little bit more active.
Remember our strategy? Fucking run. Just you fucking keep running. You have to survive the zombie apocalypse. A long time, the first game I remember, my neighbor had an N64, and we played the first N64 game with Fox and Captain Falcon. I don't remember the name. I have an Xbox 360, me and my roommate. Most of the ones we play, I really like the Assassin's Creed series. And then BioShock is a lot of fun, Halo, Left 4 Dead.
Hey you, fuck off.
It's mostly when I have free time. And there'll be some weeks I won't play at all, but then there'll be some, like when I first got Assassin's Creed, that I played, you know, a couple hours a day. Goddamn zombies and a half, ugh! When I was younger, I didn't really play the video games that were directed too much towards boys. They were more the party games and the family games, like the Mario games and stuff that you played with other people. I didn't play first-person shooters and stuff like that till later. Live is something you buy when you're really, really into games and you want to play the multiplayer components a lot and with more experienced people than like just the computer programs. But we've tried live before and everybody on there is just way more experienced than we are. And it's not that much fun because you don't really actually get to play. There was a motherfucking tank in the way! Cheers! I'm done.
Level 3.
Oh, I have PS3, Xbox 360, Wii, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, GameCube, pretty much everything.
I like first-person shooters, so Call of Duty, Halo, Gears of War was pretty cool. If you're just bored sitting around doing nothing, you might as well just play some video games, kill the time.
I really like RPGs because of the story aspect. I think I care more about the story than the actual gameplay most of the time. I mean, I like being involved, I like the gameplay aspect, but the story is what drives me to keep playing the game.
It's a huge worldwide phenomenon, like a lot of people play Xbox Live. It's just fun competition. It's fun to compete against your friends in anything, so that always builds friendship, I think. Or if you have to work together as a team, that obviously helps too. Well, when you compete against each other, it's ridiculous things happen that you can't script it. It's like sports, like you can't script it, anything can just happen. It's just ridiculous.
I've been playing games since I was 2 years old. My uncle bought an NES for my dad for Christmas, and we had Mario, Duck Hunt, and golf. So I played those, and I've been playing ever since, so it's almost 26 years now. I mostly play PC games, but I play a lot of console games too. I have every console, so, you know, whatever's fun.
Shower and shit.
I never really got into PC games as much when I was a little kid, but not so much anymore. I like to have a controller instead of keyboard and mouse. It's just simpler. I don't know, I hear like some games are better for PC, like more fun for PC, but compared to like Xbox, like Skyrim, the new Elder Scrolls game, I hear that's a lot better for the PC than for the Xbox, but I still just would rather have a controller than a keyboard and mouse. It's too hard to control whatever you're doing with that.
Right now I'm playing Skyrim. I really like the RPG aspect and the characters are pretty cool, the graphics are great. And I like how it's very open world. You can just do whatever you want, go wherever you want. They give you a lot of character dialogue options, so you can pretty much say whatever you want too. It's just kind of fun, it's very immersive.
Girl gamers, they think they're good, but usually they're just not. Some of the girls I've seen play video games, but I'm sure there's some out there that would kick my ass in my favorite games. Just depends on how serious they take it.
An MMO is a massive multiplayer online game, and it's where a whole bunch of people from all over the world can group up to do certain quests. You know, it's essentially the social aspect of playing an RPG. So you each have your character, your persona, and you play with a whole bunch of other people and to get stuff done. And a lot of things on MMOs you can't get done without a group, so it really encourages teamwork and game playing. I think it's pretty easy to get lost in an MMO. You know, it can become your reality, and to the point where you're doing everything in game and real life doesn't seem quite as important anymore. They can just be addicting like that, so it can be kind of dangerous if people aren't careful. I think professional gaming is interesting. If someone can really make it work for them, that's great. But like with anything that starts as a hobby and you start to make money off of it, I would feel that eventually you could get pretty burned out. When I played World of Warcraft, it started to feel that way. It started as a hobby and it turned into just a lot of my time going into this game to try to organize everybody and progress. And I would feel that professional gaming could start to feel that way too after a while, like any job.
The group that's been gamers forever, these are the people who are highly skilled. They do treat it as a sport, if you will. And they're the ones who will consume whatever you're building, especially content-wise, the fastest. They're the ones who need the least hand-holding.
Level 4.
Oh, he's there!
Up close, up close. Nice. They stacked it. Fall back, fall back, fall back, fall back. Take the other side. Oh shit, we need the bomb.
LAN Party is kind of a place where a lot of people that like to play games can come, kind of chat about the type of games they like to play, but most of the time we're all on our computers playing games.
Right, to your right.
Gamers from, you know, whether it's all over Colorado or nationwide, they all kind of come together to one place and play video games. It sounds really nerdy, but they do. And then not only do you get to, you know, network with people, you get to play for like competitions, kind of bragging rights, all that good stuff there.
The whole camaraderie of it, everybody just kind of going together, playing the same games, enjoying the time together, and just you get to yell and shout at the people across the room and see them and see their reaction when you
Nice! Good job! Nice job, good recovery.
All day Saturday, all day Sunday, very little sleep in between.
Come together and compete, usually Counter-Strike players. We've got newer games like Dirt 3, StarCraft, and we still have Bad Company 2 going, so it's just the biggest LAN for Colorado.
A lot of people are very hardcore and competitive gamers. I mean, regardless of the game, it doesn't even matter. And even something where it's not PvP or something where you'd be competing directly.
The team we have here competes at the highest level in the US, which is the Invite division. So it's like a pro division of Counter-Strike. So we play the top teams, we dry run against the top teams. So, I mean, we've sharpened our swords pretty well against, you know, the best competition out there. Generally, I've played with the same core group of guys for probably 7 to 10 tournaments, but you know, that's over the course of years.
Still tough. Be there. Bomb there.
My role on the team is I like being in-game leader, so I like calling, you know, who's doing what. I like putting the strats together, basically just controlling what's going on in-game, assigning who's doing what, you know, trying to utilize people's strengths and weaknesses. Everyone has such a unique role on teams. Some people are really good support players. Some people are really good just straight up, you know, fraggers that just get a lot of kills. You know, it's cool to just compete in person, you know? I mean, the emotion is just so much higher. You know, you have the entire, like, camaraderie. You know, you can see your opponent face to face. You can walk up and shake hands afterwards. You know, at home, you're comfortable with your settings. You know, you have all your own stuff. And really, it's the great equalizer when you're able to compete in person. You don't have excuses anymore. You know, oh, you can't cheat. You can't, you know, anyone that people might say you're doing that gives you an advantage, it's gone in person.
our team for the LAN is a mouse and a dream, which I thought was pretty funny.
You know, I think for them, Tom Mix is a very good fragger. He gets a lot of good kills. I think Water, WTR, Josh Hamrick on their team is a really good player. And then one of their players, Albrook, you know, he was on my team for a long time. One of my best friends in real life. So, you know, I think all of them have their moments.
Nice job. We know each other. It's just like every tournament, it's us and them. They're a team. They're one of the best teams in North America, and most of us don't play competitively that often anymore. Like, we moved on with our lives and stuff like that. So,
listen, we're gonna do our regular anti-eco. Me and Shane upper B. Chris, you watching mid? Yep. Play really passive at the beginning. Wait for pushes, and then we're gonna go to our B fadeaway. Okay.
John, you got my hopes up. I have a flash. I'm flashing cat. Nice! I'm sit down!
well, definitely we're going to be playing them in the finals. We hope to beat them, but we're going to have to beat them in two maps in a row instead of just one, so it'll be tough.
One pole, flagpole.
Yeah, won first place. Hopefully a sign of things to come. We knew it was going to be a tough match. You know, they're 5 good players, so we got a lot of respect for them. You know, they've all competed at the top level of the game, and you know, we played our game and used our teamwork to our advantage and came out with the win. So hopefully we'll be able to do the same thing in Texas.
We have seen different types of people playing different types of video games. The levels of time commitment and effort vary, but the passion and entertainment factor remain the same throughout. There are many theories regarding the future of video games. What becomes clear is that they are not a fad that is going to fade away with time. If anything, they will become more pervasive in our lives.
With gaming being everywhere and opening the funnel and making just pervasive gaming, imagine you walk into a restaurant and the kids menu is some kind of little touchpad game on the table. But I actually think proper integration of 3D is going to become a big deal not too long. Now that social networking is so integrated to everyday life, you're going to see more and more social aspects or social contracts, if you will, coming into games.
I think that it's going to continue on and get stronger and larger because it's appealing to a broader audience now.
Because as soon as you create a social contract between two players, they are more likely to both keep playing and to try and recruit someone else, and it will help spread the game, keep the game going, keep it alive.
That has kind of shaped the person that I've become. Well, I am definitely a fan of the Quake series, as is evidenced by the views. It's part of my life now. It's not just my favorite game. It has created the person that I have become. It set my track on life.
Game over.